Hello everyone, my name is Deepak Srivastava and I'm hoping everyone is healthy and safe during this time. So what we're gonna do today, today I'm gonna demo you or show you a new component that I recently built. It's a custom charts for Power Apps. So what I did actually, I was looking into the Power Apps recently and I realized that we don't have the bar chart. And sometimes we need bar chart to display the data in Power Apps. We have other charts; those are really powerful that you can use with Power Apps. That comes by default out of the box. But I didn't find the bar chart, so I thought maybe let's give a try and build a component if we can extend the possibility in Power Apps and build our custom component for that. So as you can see here on the screen, I have this bar chart that on the top. I also try to build a column chart with that because I thought if I'm building bar chart, let's try if I can even build the column chart using the same concept that I had. So I try to extend, make it more configurable. So like for an example, this bar chart or the column chart is going to allow you functionality like drill down. So you can click on any of the bar or the column and drill down to the different screen. And this will also give you the context of the item that has been clicked, so you can use that data to further filter on the next second screen. You can do the same filter, same screen filtering also. You can control the colors, access and all those things. But before that, let me show you the quick demo and then we can go in a little deep and I'll show you all the properties and the configuration. So to this demo, I have created the sample list in Sharepoint. As you can see here, this is a sample order list with different columns, regions, wrap. These are the person name, items, units, unit cost, and total. And we will be using this data, slice and dice in the bar chart. Now, as you can see on the top, this is my bar chart that displaying grouping the data by the item, as you can see here. So these were my items and it displaying the total number of units for each item. Similarly, in the column chart, what I'm doing, I'm grouping by the same item, but in this case I'm showing the total price for that unit. So you can say the desk is total $1,700, total 73 desks has been ordered so far. Now, as I was talking about the drill down functionality, so I can actually click on any of these bar. So I click on 73. It actually takes me to another screen where I'm using another column chart that is already filtered for the desk. And it is showing me the total by the wrap. Similarly, if I click on, let's say, the pen set, it will give me the pen set information by the wrap. It's very powerful. It can be useful in some scenarios. Now, in some cases, we don't want to drill down to another chart. Maybe we want to drill down to actually see the actual data. So in the column chart, I configure it. So if you click on this one, it actually take you to the second screen where you can have the gallery that will actually auto filter for the selected item. So for an example, I click on the binder, and if I click on the pen, it will take me to another second screen where I can see all the item for the pen. Now again, this is a sample data. You can customize your gallery and display the data in a different way as you want. Now for example, okay, drill down is great. Now we don't want drill down. In some scenario, we want to filter on the screen. So I create another screen. Now this is screen, as you can see here, I have the bar chart and then I have the gallery on the same page. Now what this configuration is going to allow me, if I click here, it's going to actually filter the gallery on the page itself. So it doesn't need to be drilled down. You can control that. Like for example, I click on the pen and it's filtering the pen. I click on the desk, I can see all the data related to the desk. So these are the basic functionality. Now let's go to see all the configuration or how you can use it in your application. So I created the sample app. These are the component, as you can see here. So I'm using component library. you should be using that. If you want to see, like, if you go to the app, you can see the component library here. Those components in my library. If you want to know how to use component library, maybe there is a lot of information around, but if you like to see a video on that, I will create that one video, how you can actually use component, create it, and use it in your app. But for now, you can, as I have, you're gonna find the link in this video to get download, or you can go to the community and download from there. So you can download these component, have it in your component library or in your app, and you can use it. So once you have it, you can click on that, you can add them like these. Once you do that, so let me start with the bar chart. Both has a very similar configuration or almost same configuration. So if you know how you can configure the bar chart, similarly you can do the column chart. So I have many properties that you can control, and I'll go one by one. So number one is the data, right? So as you can see here, this is my direct data coming from the Sharepoint list that I created, chart sample data. If you click on that, you can actually see all the data here. So that's my data straight coming from the list. Now there is one limitation that I have, that we still have. For that, I need to create another property to give it more freedom for end user to actually slice and dice the data as they need. So once what you can do, the chart data is the source data. So you can assign it to whatever source data you have. The data can be from SharePoint, Excel, SQL, or any other data source that you have. You just need to, the data needs to be in the tabular format. Then we have another property called chart group data. Now what this is doing, I have some description here. I added two options. One, if you want to group data and get the sum of the information, or if you want to get do the grouping and then count the number of items, how you want to present the data on the bar. So as you can see here in this, so whenever you start using it, what you need to change, this value. So this is the column name that you want to do group on. So I'm grouping on item, and the second column that you would like to change is the actual column that you want to do the total. So I'm totaling on the units. So there's these two changes you need to do on this case, and once you do that, you will see the data. So that's the two important, the chart data and chart group data. Now the next one is data range. So data range is actually telling me what is my max range can be. Now if I make this range 8,000, as I increase that, as you can see, the bar is gonna start decreasing because my total range is increasing. So this will allow you to actually play around with this range. You can set as you expecting your data to grow. You can even play around with this, and you can dynamically control that. So for example, if you can get the max number or max value from your data and associated that with some buffer, so it will automatically actually adjust as your data change. Very important property. Now next is I have some color. So access data color, these are the color that you can use. So for example, if you are trying to use the dark screen, if the background is dark, you don't want this to be black, so you can control that. You can make it white, blue, whatever color is applicable. Access font size. So these are the font size for the access. So for example, if I change this, it's gonna grow the data point size. So you can control that fairly easily. Chart behavior, hold on, I'll cover that later, because this is where the drill down functionality comes in. And then I have the data color. So these are the color that you can set for the bar. So right now I have 8 color option. So whatever the data is gonna be, I'm gonna equally divide into the 8 colors, and that will automatically take based on the value. So for example, if I say, okay, I don't like this color, let me do it red, though it's not a very great color. So let me do it red. So as you can see, so it's changed the red. Really straightforward. Similarly, you can control, like for example, if sometime you wanted to do the same color but the different shade on that, So you can use all blue, but slowly either they can become the darker as the data grow, or the lighter. So you can control that. Then then we have data point prefix. This is also a really nice feature that I added. So for example, if you see this column chart, because I'm displaying the total dollar amount, so I'm putting this dollar sign in front of that. In this, for example, if in this bar chart, let's say this is my actual dollars, so I can actually put a sign or any prefix I can do. I can put a number, like something like that. So it's very flexible if you want to add some prefix on the chart. Then data is completed. So axis, so this is like, as you can see, I'm not displaying the horizontal axis, but if I make it true, you can see the horizontal axis here. So this way you can actually decide whether you wanted to see the horizontal axis or not. Most of the time I don't like, because it's already displaying the number, so I don't want to map that. So I keep it false. Then we have x-axis height. So this is if you are displaying the axis and if your values are a lot, like they are taking a lot of space, you can control the height and you can increase or decrease as you need, as needed. And then we have y-axis width. This is now for this one. So as you, for example, sometime we have the values or the text is too large, so you can actually increase or decrease, right? So you can do something like that. Properties. These are the most of the property. Now let's go back to the chart behavior. So this is the very simple feature that I added. And as you can see here, select 1 for on-screen filter and select 2 to enable drill down. So as I was demoing before, earlier, this chart was enabled for the drill down. So as you can see here, the number is 2. Now if I make it 1, then it will not be drill down, but it will just be giving you the selected item, so you can use that selected item to filter on screen data. So this way you can decide whether you want to drill down or you don't want to drill down. Then another property, or the last property that I missed, drill down screen name. So if you are enabling the drill down feature, you need to provide which screen it needs to go. So as you can see here, on click of this, I'm saying it should go to the filter chart. That is another screen that I built. So that's the screen that you have seen before, that is filtered. So these are the basic properties, or the custom property that I built to slice and dice the data in here. Similarly here, very similar functionality or the properties as you have seen in the bar chart. So you can use that. Now let me show you real quick. So this was the second screen, that was the on-screen filtering. So how you can actually do the on-screen filtering. I have this gallery component here, and what this gallery component is, I have added, if I open the item, as you can see here, I'm checking the chart selected item. If this is null, blank, this is an output property of the chart component, and this will give you, this is going to always give you the current selected item. So if this is, so if you are first time opening the chart and if you have not clicked on any of the item on the chart or on the bar or the column, this will be empty. So I'm just showing everything. But if it is selected or clicked, then I'm saying filter my original data where item, that's my category, equal to this value. And this way you can actually do on-screen filtering as I was showing before. So as you can see here, if I run it and if I click on this, it's gonna just filter for pencils, right? Now next thing, so this is fully responsive, both of them. So as you can see here, these are the fully responsive chart. So as you define the height and width, they will accordingly, they will fit. I have few apps that I built that I can show you, or let's try to do a quick new app. So I'm going to show you a quick mobile app and see how these charts can be added. So I'm going to start with phone layout. So we will see how you can add and how automatically they're going to take care of, because the previous app was the tablet. So if you have already worked on the component, you know, when you create your component library, you need to go to this this area where you can have all the control. You won't see it by default, so you need to click on get more components. Once you do that, you can actually, if you have multiple library, it will show you everything. I just have one, so I can select, let me select the bar chart for now. I'll say import. So what this is actually doing, it's actually adding your component to this library, and as you can see here, I have it here. Once I click on that, as you can see, as soon as I added this, it automatically adjusted to the width and height, and this is the default look and feel. So I have some sample data here that you can see. Now what we can do, we can actually quickly connect to the Sharepoint that I was using before. So this is my list. Let me connect to that. Edit. Now, as you have already seen, what I need to do, number one thing, is to set the chart data. So my chart data, I can delete all sample data, and that's the data source that I just added. So okay, but nothing happened because we have not provided the group by information. So in this case, I will go ahead and expand that, and as I said, the category, I need to change the column that I wanted to group by. So I'll say okay, item is the column that I'm gonna do, and this is very smart. So if you provide the incorrect column name, it will tell you, so don't worry that it will help you to type the right thing. And my total, I'm gonna say I want to use the total as my sum, right? Oops. Okay, that sounds like good. Okay, so it's perfectly fine, but chart is not really looking good because as you see here, the range is just 50, but my data is ranging almost 500, 600. So I need to adjust my data range. So I go to the property again, and I look for the data range property here, and I'll say okay, let's set the data range for 500. Still not really grateful, so I'll say okay, 1000. No. Now I selected the total, and total actually going almost a lot. So as you can see here, so this is my total. But so this way you can control how you can slice or customize the configuration. Now let's say okay, so I don't want to see these total number. I wanted to see the other information. I can go back to the group data. I can go here and select another column. So instead of total, let me select units. So my unit column name should be units. So let's say I'm gonna select the units. Now if you do units, again, units are not that hard, so I can go back and adjust the data range to, let's say 800. Sounds good. So now as you can see, I just change it now, so you can control, you can even change the group by as you need it. I'm just doing the group by the item, but you can change that. But the whole purpose of showing this, that now it is in mobile view and it is automatically adjusted the height and width. So you don't need to actually worry about that. Okay, if I'm building this using the component in tablet app or mobile app, I need to do something. It is automatically gonna do that for you. Some other feature, like for example, if I don't want the access, I will say so access to false. It will hide that for me. So I don't have that. I can make it full width. It's going to automatically adjust the height and width. And as you can see right now, it's doing nothing. So let's say I wanted to send it to another screen. So quickly let me add a blank screen here. And I will say okay, go to the chart behavior. It's 2, so that's good. It's enabled for the drill down. But I need to just update the screen name. So my drill down screen name will be the screen 2. And that's good. On the screen 2, let's add a label to just see what value we are getting. I'll add that label here, and then what I can do, I can say the bar chart one dot selected items dot category. So this will give me what selected dot units. Oops, dot totals. Right. So it will give me that information. Let me just do a little bit branding so we can see it easily. And then font size, let's make it 30. Too big? No. Okay, perfect. And then again, we need to go back. So let's add a button, that icon to go back. Nothing great here, just back. Easy enough, right? Okay, so let's try this. So I click on, let's say, pencil. So as you can see here, I'm getting that value here. Now you can use that value for as you want in this screen. So this is how it works. Now, if you want to use it or extend it, feel free, as I said earlier, to let me know. And that's it. Thank you very much for watching this or listening to me, not really watching the screen and listening to me. And hopefully this will be helpful, and at least this component, the bar chart. Thank you very much.